Well, let's get more from the mining industry now. Mitch Hooke is the head of the Minerals Council of Australia, the industry's peak lobby group, which includes the big three miners responsible for negotiating the deal.
It's a good framework going forward. It's unfinished business. It's a positive outcome for all Australians and the minerals industry. It's a considerable improvement on the proposed super mining tax. This sets a framework that is broadly consistent with the principles of international competitiveness and sovereign risk and competitive neutrality. So it's a good framework, and we've got work to do yet, but this is in the slot.
A federal election is expected to be announced soon. The opposition has said that if elected, they would rescind this tax and get rid of it altogether. So where would your loyalties lie come an election?
Oh, it's not a question of loyalties. It's a question of working through what are the policy considerations and the policy framework of the government of the day. That's our focus. We're not in the business of politics, nor are we in the business of trying to pick political outcomes. We're in the business of policy, and so we work through what the framework is of the day. And the framework of this is the federal government wanting to introduce a resource rent tax. The design first time round was a shocker. The industry has said that it thinks that a profits-based system is somewhere where it could go, but it has to be designed well and it has to include the states. We've now got a framework that's a lot better that we can work within, and we'll need to be working with the states in terms of how it is all amalgamated and integrated, and that's a go-forward platform.
Do you see this as a victory for the miners, that you've been able to effectively bully the government into submission?
Well, I don't agree with the premise of either parts of that question. One, there's no such thing as bullying. What we did was take a case to the public, to the Australian public, because there was a lot of misinformation getting around. This is an industry that is absolutely critical to Australia's economic welfare. Brings me to the second part of your question, which is policy. Underline the word public policy. This is about public policy. Every Australian has a right and an interest, a right to know and an interest in what we do and where we go. And so this is not a victory. This is essentially moving good policy to the fore. I've been doing this stuff for a while now in this town, and I've seldom seen, in fact I can't recall an instance where bad policy prevailed. Eventually it can be a bit messy through the process of debate, but eventually good policy does prevail, and I'm optimistic that that's what will happen here too.
Mitch Hooke, thank you.
You're welcome.